HTML language, and let's see, this is how exactly it looks. This is cool. Like, I was so amazed and impressed by his handwork. So let's see how we can replicate it, but somehow I don't want to create exactly what he did. So anyhow, let's see how far we can go. So we'll create a document and save it. All right, so let's save it here, and let's call it save as web page. Okay, or we can call it citadel for all web page. Okay, and call it htm. Yeah, I prefer htm because html is very common, and htm also does the same thing as html. So sorry, I think that's because I switched off. All right, okay, so let's get started. So I would tell the computer to this is HTML5 code by doing this. Okay, doc type. Oh, sorry, I think doc type. Okay, HTML. Okay, that's a tag that tells the computer that we are working on HTML5. Okay, then we have the HTML that tells it, okay, this is where the HTML code begins. Okay, sorry, this is where the HTML code begins. Okay, then we would add the body tag. Let's just keep the head tag for now. Body tag. All right, okay, and then close the body tag. Okay, I didn't add the forward slash. All right, so now we've told it this is the body tag, which means this is where the code that is to be displayed on the web page begins. Okay, that's where we put it. So now if you look at the image, you realize it's in three sections. Okay, this first section contains the name of the title, the navigation bar. So we can call this the title bar, the navigation bar. Then we have this section 2 that contains this heading, and the text input and the button, and the section 3 containing the image in the background and the text in front of it, okay, at the center. So we put three sections. Okay, now there's something we call the section tag. It enables us to create sections. Okay, and just as section in means, it's simply to create a kind of division of content. All right, so we need three sections, right? That's what we said. So okay, I can simply copy that, copy and paste it 3 times. We need three sections. Okay, so we are done with the sections. Let me just give them some space so you know them. Now three sections, right? And then probably indent them a bit further inward, so it's easy to identify that they are all children of the body tag. All right, so now if you look, what we have, the title bar and the main navigation bar in the first section. So I'll use div. Okay, I'm going to add extra space. I'll use the div to create the two bars. Okay, so div, sorry, that's div, open and close. Okay, div, I keep making that mistake. All right, so we need two. All right, so one is the title bar, one is the, we can easily identify that. Okay, let me just reduce the space so you can easily understand. So one is for the title, and I would like rather to write the title with the heading header one. Okay, header one for the title. What am I doing? Header one, sorry about that. So header one, okay, so it's citadel for all.org. Okay, you can see it there, right? Yeah, citadel for all.org. Then in the second section or div, in the second div we have the home, about, and so I'll use what we call span. Okay, when you have text in a straight line and you have to segment them, um, you can make use of the span to contain them, so you can work on each one separately. So I use the span tag, open and close span. Okay, so I'll copy that and create 3 copies of it because there are 3 menu items there that we saw. Okay, don't mind my spacing, I'm just doing that to make it easy to understand. So we have home, about, and services. Okay, so we type it in: home, about, oh no, services. Yeah, so we're done with the section 1. Now you see that there's a line that runs across, okay, sorry, a line that is running across that red line. We can add it outside it, okay, outside the section, and or preferably inside the section, whichever one works. Let's put it inside the section, and it's called the horizontal line and is indicated with H arrow. Okay, it's horizontal. Now it's just like the BR tag that we used to break line. We just leave it that way. It's a self closing tag. So um after that we have the second one, which contains this header. Now you can see it's much smaller than this, so would you probably have to use something as small as h3 for the header, then input and subscribe button. Okay, so in this section 2 we will be adding 3 divs. Okay, div 1, all right, div 2, div 3. Okay, so let me just close it first. Div, I'm using this much division to enable you understand the whole concept. I could make do without them anyhow, but let's just stick to that. So we use the header. Okay, now for some reasons let's close this way. All right, let's just copy that. Okay, all right, so let's just do it that way. So we have the h3, which would said, okay, it says subscribe, then second line to our newsletter. Okay, so we'll use subscribe. Okay, then of course your BR tag that breaks the line. Break, break. Okay, so to enable you understand that it's a broken line, I'll just go to the next line. Yeah, all this space I'm tapping in doesn't really display on the screen when the time comes. Okay, so subscribe to our newsletter. Okay, to our newsletter. All right, so then we close the tag, the h3 tag. Okay, h3. All right, so the next one is the input tag. I'll just leave it simple. Input is a self-closing tag. So we're literally done with this, but for some reasons we might just add a little extra details called attributes. One of them is the type. Okay, the type attribute that tells us what kind of stuff is it. A text, um a text kind of input, or is it password, or is it numeric? Okay, let me just leave it as text. And we have the placeholder. That's what will be displayed till the user tries to type in text. It kind of gives the user an idea of what should be inside. Okay, so let's say search would be our placeholder. All right, so the next one, if you look at the image, the next one is the button there. So just be typing in the button. Okay, all right, so button. The button has the open and close because you have to put text of what it will display. Okay, all right, so in between we would see that subscribe, the subscribe text. Okay, you can see it there in the red button. Okay, so that's that for section 2. And now onto the last section. We just have one div. Okay, one div. We just have one div. All right, okay, so inside that we have the text. Okay, and we could use h3 as well, h3, header 3, to put in that text. And what does this say? The text says free code hub coding community. Okay, free code hub coding. Okay, okay, I think I made a mistake there. Coding community. All right, so we close it up there. All right, so we're basically done. This is the whole HTML involved here. So let's try running it. Beautiful, beautiful. So this is basically how the site looks like, and exactly the same thing here in terms of the text. HTML